According to the White House, full-time working women earn 77% of what their male counterparts earn. This means that women have to work approximately 60 extra days, or about 3 months, to earn what men did by the end of the previous year. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to The Know, a program that informs you about various social injustices. I am Margaret Apau, host of The Know, and today we are talking about inequality or pay between men and women in the workforce who perform the same job. Today we have Matilda from Women's Platform, and she is here to shed some light on the issues. Welcome to The Know, Matilda.
Thanks, Margaret, and thanks for having me.
Okay, Matilda, I'm just going to ask a few questions of you, okay? Why does society think it's okay for women to earn less than men, performing the same job and having the same jobs and credentials?
Well, first of all, thanks for asking that question. I believe that society needs more education.
Absolutely.
Because no society organization thrives without acknowledging the mental capability and emotional capability of any of its citizenry. So we have come a long way from the past, where men used to be the ones that would build or erect buildings and do manual labor. We've come a long way from that. In the past, there used to be all about family and raising babies and being at home and caring for children. And there were no public facilities, no social safety network. There were no daycare centers. So society relied on women to take care of the house or even children.
Absolutely.
But with the advent of technology, the advent of machinery and medical facilities, things have actually changed. So I believe that society needs to be educated more, and I believe that women need to be empowered and lend their voices so that their voices can be heard.
I agree totally. Okay, Matilda, despite the fact that women now earn majority of the college degrees, why does the wage gap still persist?
It still persists. Again, like I said, it's because of the stereotype. That stereotype has to go, and I think we're putting that behind us a little bit. We have come a long way from the time when, is it Sarah Wright, from the Equal Pay Act of 1963. We have come a long way from that when Sarah Wright became the first astronaut. We've had women who have emerged as the first general, the first coach, so there have been a series of women who have emerged in very strong positions. It's not only men that climb up to roles and careers of dignity and high profile. Women too, rise up to that. So I think and I believe that women must negotiate their pay and ask for equal pay, because men work from home, we work from home too. Men are engineers, women are engineers. Women do everything that men do right now. So I think power to the women. Give your voice out and negotiate your pay.
Wonderful. When we come back from our break, we will continue our discussions with Matilda.
What is the difference between a photographer and a visual artist?
Well, the difference is not a lot. To put it simply, I'm a visual artist. Okay, I use photography, but I use other means to express myself.
Montgomery Community Media offers many courses.
Half the people getting to know these awesome people whom I work with and I'm learning with, and great teachers, and it's also like, oh, this is how TV works.
When I'm watching shows like talk shows or even, exercise shows, things like that, I look at it so differently.
That kind of like, there is a guy sitting at a giant board filled with buttons just pushing them. That makes sense.
We teach our students how to be the reporter, the shooter, and the editor for their very own news pieces.
This is a good opportunity to learn about different ways of documentary and editing.
My dad got an email from someone and he told me it was going to be a good opportunity to learn how to edit, shoot videos, and interview people.
It's really good, and you should come to MCM Backpack Journalism class because it's exciting and it's actually really fun.
MCM to me means opportunity. It's giving me the opportunity to gain experience on an actual show that airs on the network. And I don't think I'll be able to get that experience anywhere else. So it's been a great experience for me so far.
For anybody that hasn't taken one of the MCM classes, I encourage you, go out, try it, you won't regret it. You'll have an experience that you're gonna see how the cameras work, and actually an opportunity to be part of video production. That's what I would recommend anybody that's interested in MCM.
In 2014, Latino and African American women suffered the greatest losses in earnings because of the gender wage gap. Hispanic and African American women working full-time and year-round earned just 55 cents and 60 cents respectively for every dollar earned by white non-Hispanic men. Additionally, the gender wage gap exists within the racial and ethnic groups. Asian women earned 81 cents for every dollar earned by Asian men. Black women earned 82 cents for every dollar earned by black men. Hispanic women earned 88 cents for every dollar earned by Hispanic men. White non-Hispanic women earned 75 cents for every dollar earned by white non-Hispanic men. Welcome back to The Know. To those of you who are just joining us, today we have Matilda, and we're talking about inequality within the workforce for men and women working the same jobs. Matilda, I'd just like to ask a few more questions, if you don't mind. How does the wage gap impact households where the mother is the sole provider, either because she's a single parent or because the husband is unable to work?
Wow, very great question. First of all, when a woman is deprived of her money's worth, when a woman is deprived of her hard-hand labor, and there is comparison because of her gender, I think it not only affects her, but it affects the family, it affects extended families, it affects the children, and it affects the community. And you may wonder why, but I think I already know the answer to that. Is because women they are like the family carriers, I want to put it that way. Like, women are more prone to involving people in the family. They are the ones that people run to for something. So if they don't get the right wage that is due them, it affects the children, like I said, it affects families, it affects communities eventually. And if you look at a woman who is single and you look at her budget, the first thing you see, if she earns less than, let's say 50,000, 50K. If you look at the budget, the first thing on that budget is rent. Everybody needs a place to sleep. And I'm sure that every woman, the first thing on that list would be, how can I how can I make it possible to have a place to sleep? So it's going to be rent. And then it's going to be education. And I think society must begin to think about that. Education is so primary. If a woman is single and she does not have a money's worth according to a job, it's going to affect education for her children. And so it's going to be rent, and then it's going to flow on to education. And after education, you might say, what is left? What is left? So it's going to affect the output of the kids. It's going to affect peace in the home. It's going to affect the community, society, children will not have a way of going to, performing or taking extra curriculum classes so that they could become who they really are, and so their potential is you know, it's hindered.
Okay.
Their potentials are hindered. So I think it's very important that society must stop looking at gender as far as wage. They must look at production.
Right.
That's what I believe.
I agree. Some statistics say that part of the gender wage gap is because women take more unpaid leave than men. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I've looked at statistics as well before coming to this show especially. Maybe yes, maybe yes. And I think that is because also that most times if you ask women why they're taking excuse off or day off leave of their job, they will tell you they are sick. But most of them will privately let you know that they're taking days off because their children are sick. Mm-hmm. Most times the responsibility of taking care of children when they are sick or when they have to go to maybe classes or something else lies on the shoulder of the women, especially when kids are sick. Right. So that figure that you see over there, I am sure, and I've read it as well, that most women have that. And kids just kind of like lean on mama, you know,
right.
when they're sick, and so they need that motherly love, that motherly care. So I would assume if that statistics is right, it's because women have to go take care of their children. And it's a wonderful thing.
It is a wonderful thing.
It's a wonderful thing.
Well, I just want to say thank you, Matilda, for being with us today. This was a very important topic that we had to discuss about. Only have time for one more question. I want to thank you for those of you that you at home who came to join us today. Again, my name is Margaret. I thank you for being with us on The Know.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for having
Matilda.
me again. Thanks for having me.